Hello guys, this is Rattue 498 and this is a 1v1 live recorded battle on Napoleon Total War. It's between myself and a guy from the GOV clan. He's going to be playing as Russia and I'm going to be playing as Ottoman. And basically because of the fact he's chosen Russia, and because of all the videos on YouTube lately from the Sweden builds, where's no lights, I assumed he wasn't going to take any lights, so I did kind of a similar same kind of army. I've got 3 Siltar Guard, I have got 6 Shooter Cavalry experience, I have got 8 lines, just normal lines, and I've got 2 kind of militia with experience, and a normal general. So we'll just wait for the game to load. This actually ended up being a very good game, very good fun. This is only my 2nd game back in Napoleon, so it was good to see that my micro was still kind of okay and didn't miss any squares or anything. And you may notice that I've put the cursor in this video, as a lot of the comments in the other video were saying, where's your cursor? So I'm going to put 2 of my Shooter Cav one side, 4 the other. I've got 3 Siltar Guard, which I'm going to place behind my Shooter Cav on the right. And put my militia in the front. And then all my lines will go behind. A nice long line, like that. So basically I'm going to be planning to attack his right, so that's where I want the engagement to be, and I'm going to try and draw as many units as possible over to this side. The cav units on the other side are really over there just in case I need to attack the other side, as I feel as if I'm losing the right. So it's always good to leave yourself a few options, just so you're not bogged down. So I've ticked up, just waiting for the opponent to tick up. These Siltar Guard are very, very good. They really are very good. With experience on the Shooter Cav are just as good, and they're still cheaper, I believe, even with the experience and the Russian Shooter Cav. I haven't got any melee units with the Ottoman build, as against Russia they wouldn't do any good anyway. It would just kind of be wasting my time. The Russians were excellent in melee. So the opponent's ticked up. And I'm going to start moving my units off in a sec. So I'm just going to move everyone forward. There's no need to really care about where they're positioned at the moment, I just want them all going forward. So I'm just going to click it up and watch them go. My opponent, have a quick look through his build. He's got a lot of elite units, and he's got a lot of Shooter Cav, which was kind of exactly what I expected. No lights, a couple of militia, elites and Shooter Cav was exactly what I was expecting him to do, so it worked out perfectly, really, my build. The other way to defeat this really is to take the lights and just kite, but I'm not a kiter, so I wouldn't play like that. So I'm going to switch a couple of the Siltar Guard out to my left hand side, seeing that his cav on the right is only 2, so I should be able to clear them up pretty easily, and he's got 3 cav on the left. So fearing an attack on the left from my opponent, I'm just moving a couple of my elite lancers over, just to make sure that I still outnumber him on that flank with cav. As he's got better line quality than me with the elites, he's got 5 elite units I think, Semenovsky Guard or whatever they are, and also 4 the Life Guard of Foot. So because he's got better lines than me, basically I have to make sure I win the cav battles. And as you'll see a bit later on, the cav is crucial to me winning this game. So you see a lot of builds like this through YouTube at the moment. Terminator Risguard, I believe, have all posted videos of it quite recently. So my opponent's pushing up on the right. Excellent of him, really. I love people to attack. All out attacking games are always the best ones to play and the best ones to watch. So he's got a couple of shots off of me, I've got a couple of shots of him with my Shooter Cav, his Shooter Cav. Bring some lines up and pull my other 3 Shooter Cav up, so they're more of a temptation. Basically, it's just a pinning force over there at the moment until I want my lancers to hit his shooter cav rather than my shooter cav fighting his shooter cav. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to get up. And as you can see now, I'm going to target them in. And he's moving up. So I was kind of hoping they were going to shoot as they were running, but they didn't. They stopped, so they got shots off of my lancers instead of my shooter cav, which was kind of annoying for me, really. But these lancers are really, really good. Excellent morale, excellent stats all round, really. So there really was no worry about them. As I said, my micro was alright in this. It wasn't too bad. A lot of things I could have done a lot quicker or a lot better. Should I say, my position on my lines on this side and the fact I've just left that cav unit there for a little while to get shot up by a square wasn't good. The cav units there should have moved up earlier, shooting on that square, not giving them so much of a chance to get away. Over on this flank, as you can see, you can see now he's pulling back his right flank against my left, because you can see the engagement's now started on the right, so he wants all his units over here to support him as much as possible. So formed a square there with the cav coming in, got that in time. I can see already that the other cav unit's coming in, and there you go, square that one. So I move my shooter cav up a little bit, get them firing, get my elite lancers back into the game. Charge one of the cav units in. So there's the elite lancers hitting, and they've routed that unit, and they're going to swing around. I've selected the other unit, not the one that's closest to the lancer unit, but the other one at the moment, just simply because of the fact that I know he's going to square that one because of all the cav around. So I've gone for the other one. We've managed to route that one away anyway. So I'm going to bring some of my cav units across over here now because there's 3 more shooter cav arrived. I don't want to be outnumbered. Probably should have done that a little bit earlier than I did as well, but hey ho. So get this unit out of square, get them back in front to deal with the shooter cav that are arriving. Bringing up another line or 2, just to kind of give me a little bit more of an advantage on this side. As you see, my other line's now going to go in front. I was a little concerned about where these guys were running, but he didn't have any lights, so I wasn't too worried. So now I'm just going to charge him in and let him go, because his lines are retreating now, so my line there is going to be able to shoot at these guys. So, and then my elite lance unit is going to come in after, so I haven't taken any of the shots. So my other lines are now going to move up as well to stop these 2 lines coming in and shooting my cav up. So as you can see at the moment, my cav units over here have brought all his cav away from the battle. His general's now coming over as well. My line unit there are going to be able to get some shots off it, the cav. These 2 line units, I believe, are actually militia. Well, oh no, they are the 2 line units. And I'm going to send in another one of my Sultan Guard, my elite lancers, and another one. And my general's moving over now as well to counter his general, so my guys have got morale as well, and they're not scared that the general's around. I've switched my cav units on to attack his general, as opposed to carrying on fighting the Russian cav.
Our men are running, sir.
So as you can see at the moment, I've still got loads of units left in the middle doing nothing. Probably should have moved some of them across a little sooner than I did. As I say, there's a few things I could have done a lot better. Realistically, as I saw those units in the middle moving across, I should have moved my units in the middle up to stop them from having such an advantage. There we go, I've done it, but a bit late. I'm bringing back my other cav units now as well, just in case they're needed over on this flank. I don't really want to use them, but I have the option now to bring them up. So he squared one of his units, so I'm just pushing up a couple of my units there, just so I can get some shots off at them. Like that, there we go. So my cav are basically just trying to disrupt everything while the line units I've got around are shooting them up, which is kind of the way you want to play this game. You want to get your cav involved as soon as possible and disrupt them as much as possible while your lines are there doing the damage. I don't even notice that cav unit there going onto my general. I don't know why I don't notice that, but I don't. So I've sent my Siltar guard back down to deal with that cav unit, and I believe I'm going to square the 2 units in front as well, just in case he decides to pop in the back of that. Yep, square those 2 up. But he's starting to run away anyway. So now I've destroyed all his cav, I believe, and I have got cav advantage all over the field now. I've still got 3 cav units left, have I? 3 cav units left, 2 full cav units. So now I'm going to bring up my left. I reposition my right, and my centre's still staying in one straight line, so I'm going to get the first shot off if he moves forward to me there. But he's kind of reforming his line now, getting himself all back together as best he can. And this is where I need to kind of try and hit him as hard as possible, as best I can. So just moving my left up. I don't want them to be behind the battle, so I've got to wait for them to move up really. So they form a steady line. They're going to get some shots off. There we go, at the Opalechi, or whatever they're called, the Russian militia units, militia units, that's the ones. So they're shooting in at them. So now I see that I'm going to be outnumbered. He's got lifeguard afoot over there. So I'm going to bring my cav up. I'm going to bring my lines up there. I'm going to push my lines up the other side. So my cav are going to go in and disrupt this flank. My general's going to come across as well, noticing his general's gone over. Except my Siltar guard unit, which seems to have just wandered off without me noticing. So bring them back into it. So now my cav are going in, so he's forming up squares. So ideal chance for my lines to move up, which I do. One of my cav units actually gets shot at pretty badly. So he's pulling back his right now, so I'm going to have to keep chasing him now basically, keeping him pinned as best as possible while I'm moving up. So I'm sending my cav units into attack. Stop my general from attacking, but I'm sending my cav unit into attack there. And over on this side I'll send my Siltar guard in as well. So I notice that that flank's kind of getting beaten up a little bit. So there's a couple of... he failed to form square there. So I hit that unit and then I go back for the general, I believe. So Siltar guard are going in on the right. Moving up my centre lines as well now. Those guys are all in range, so we'll leave them there. Move up my general a little bit. And make sure that cav unit keeps moving, doesn't stay too stationary. Missed the square there, he did. And I'm going to hit the other one as well.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
So he tries to go melee on me here. With this, I believe, lifeguard foot unit. So I must have on that side of save that flank really. So I move my lines up so they're firing. Move those lines up so they're firing again. And I'll put the centre lines up as well, so everything's moving forward still putting as much pressure on as possible. Now there's a lifeguard foot unit over there which I don't think he's noticed has come back from routing, so I'm going to try and get rid of that as soon as possible. I don't really want a lifeguard foot unit on my flank. So the battle's going well all the way around really, just bring a unit back from this come back from routing. Pushing up around his flank now on both sides. Basically you want to get around his flank, especially if they're shooting and running. I don't blame him for doing that at all at this stage. He's completely outnumbered and he's kind of screwed. I've still got a Siltar guard unit floating around on the right as well, so I've got cav, so he has no choice but to do what he's doing now. But it was an excellent game. It was a tough battle, you know. I wanted to try and play a couple of clan players, just simply because, you know, they give you a bit more of a challenge than you'd normally get. So this was really good fun, thoroughly enjoyed it, became friends afterwards. I think he believed I was Blue to start with, playing under an alias, but no. So I'm just going to keep moving up, moving up, moving up. He's going to do a little bit of running now. But as I say, I don't mind that at all. The situation he's in, he's got no chance. If he wants to try and win this battle, that's all he can do now. So. But I've just skipped it forward a little bit. Just to get away from all that. Just managed to kill his general off. And now you see all this unit's going to go into a little chain route. Got this one unit left which is refusing to die. But it was a really good game. Thank you, mate, for playing. If I'd ask anyone, rate, comment, subscribe, the usual rubbish really. And more videos coming up soon, so please do that. And I'll let you just watch this out now. So thank you very much, everyone. And bye bye. Also, if anyone would like to write a comment, something fun to do, then please do so. Thank you very much. Bye bye.